Well, hello there. Today in this video, I'm going to tell you about 6 awesome icons of North and Central Arizona near Phoenix that you may not have visited. These are places that are sure not to disappoint. The first awesome place in the area surrounding Phoenix, Arizona, that you may not have heard of is Faye Canyon near Sedona, Arizona. For driving directions to Faye Canyon, continue through Sedona to Dry Creek Road, turn north 3 miles to the Boyce Canyon intersection, then left about half a mile to the Faye Canyon parking area on the left, cross the street to the trailhead. Faye Canyon is about 2.6 miles round trip from the trailhead. The trail is rated easy, but the rock scrambling at the end of the trail is a little more challenging. The elevation gain of the trail to the end is about 380 feet, but it would be more if you engage in rock scrambling to the lookout at the end of the trail. The canyon supports a diverse range of desert flora and fauna and shows off the unique geological features of this south boundary of the Colorado Plateau, particularly the canyons and cliffs formed over many millions of years by erosion. Beginning from the trailhead, hike along Faye Creek to the northwest. If you're not careful, it's easy to walk right past the arch. Keep an eye on your GPS track just under a half mile into the hike. Turn right to hike to the arch. There isn't a well-defined path, so choose what looks best. Check out the arch, snap some photos, then return to the main trail. Take a right to continue hiking toward the end of the canyon. The sheer red rock walls rise dramatically around you in some places, and the canyon views are quite unique and beautiful. The trail ends at a dead end in front of a sandstone wall. Many hikers climb up this cliff to enjoy an expansive view. From the end of the canyon, you'll return to the trailhead the way you came. The next awesome place in the area surrounding Phoenix, Arizona, that you may not have heard of is Granite Mountain Trail near Prescott, Arizona. Driving directions to the Granite Mountain Trailhead from downtown Prescott go north on Montezuma Street, which becomes Whipple Street, and then Iron Springs Road. Follow that for 4.5 miles to Granite Basin Road, which is also Forest Road 374. Turn right onto Granite Basin Road and drive 3.8 miles to Metate Trailhead, just past Granite Basin Lake. The trees dominate the first stretch of the hike, which leads to the Granite Mountain Wilderness, a protected area that comprises 9,700 acres in the Prescott National Forest. There are 15 trails in the Granite Mountain Recreation Area near Prescott, Arizona, but only 2 go into the wilderness area. And of those, only one, the Granite Mountain Trail, approaches the summit. From the saddle, the route becomes a series of long, moderate switchbacks, and after about 20 minutes, you'll come to a monstrous alligator juniper. It's old and has too many branches to count. Other than a few other gators, the vegetation along this stretch is mostly manzanita and mountain mahogany. The rocks, some of which are 2 billion years old, come in 1 million different sizes, with the largest measuring up to a Burlington Northern boxcar. The length of the trail is 8.2 miles round trip It's moderate difficulty. The elevation goes from 5,600 feet to 7,100 feet. On the other hand, if you don't feel like hiking 8 miles and gaining 2,000 feet in elevation, there is an alternative, which is a nice little hike for the people who are pressed for time. That's the Butte Trail, number 33, just north of downtown Prescott. This is very convenient. It's only a mile and a half, and it only gains 700 feet. But it's a great way to get some quick exercise for people who are pressed for time. The next awesome place in the area surrounding Phoenix, Arizona, that you may not have heard of is Walnut Canyon National Monument near Flagstaff, Arizona. For driving directions to Walnut Canyon National Monument. Walnut Canyon National Monument is located about 10 miles southeast of downtown Flagstaff, Arizona, near Interstate I-40. To learn more about the Sinagua people, walk through the Walnut Canyon Visitor Center. Comprehensive exhibits and murals explain what life was like in and around Walnut Canyon for these ancient people who knew how to survive with very little water. The canyon rim elevation is 6,700 feet. The canyon's floor is about 350 feet lower, descends about 185 feet into the canyon, passing 25 cliff-dwelling rooms constructed by the Sinagua, a pre-Columbian cultural group that lived in Walnut Canyon from about 1100 to about 1250 A.D. Sinagua is Spanish for without water, an acknowledgement that the Sinagua people were able to live in such a dry region. By living in such a region, the Sinagua became experts at conserving water and dealing with droughts. Though they abandoned their homes inside the canyon, the Sinagua didn't disappear. They are the ancestors of the Pueblo people of today, probably joining up with the Hopi tribe. The exhibits include artifacts collected at the site, including an intact clay pitcher with an elaborate black and white design, and cloth fragments made of yucca and cotton fibers. The Sinagua people used clay vessels to collect water whenever there were rains, and were able to sustain themselves by storing this water until it was needed. The next awesome place in the area surrounding Phoenix, Arizona, that you may not have heard of is Boyce Thompson Arboretum. For driving directions to Boyce Thompson Arboretum, take U.S. Highway 60 east from Phoenix, about 1 hour. The Boyce Thompson Arboretum is the oldest and largest botanical garden in the state of Arizona. It is one of the oldest botanical institutions west of the Mississippi River, founded in 1924 as a desert botanical garden and living museum. The Arboretum is located in the Sonoran Desert on a 392-acre site along Queen Creek and beneath the towering volcanic remnant called Picket Post Mountain. The Arboretum has a visitor center, gift shop, and research offices, greenhouses, a demonstration garden, picnic area, and a looping 1.5-mile primary trail that leads visitors through various exhibits and natural areas. The exhibits include a cactus garden, palm and eucalyptus groves, an Australian exhibit, South American exhibit, aloe garden, and a herb garden. Over 2,600 species of land plants from around the world grow at the Arboretum. Agaves, aloes, bujum trees, cork oaks, jujube trees, legume trees, and in the eucalyptus grove, one of the largest red gum eucalyptus trees in the United States. Cacti and succulents grow extensively throughout the Arboretum. Because the Arboretum is a riparian zone, the park attracts Sonoran desert wildlife and migrating birds. The next awesome place in the area surrounding Phoenix, Arizona, that you may not have heard of is the Musical Instrument Museum of Phoenix, Arizona. For driving directions to the Musical Instrument Museum, take Interstate 17 north to the northern metro area, take Arizona 101 east for about 7 miles, and take the North Tatum Boulevard exit. The Musical Instrument Museum is located in Phoenix, Arizona. Opened in April of 2010, it is the largest museum of its type in the world. The collection of over 15,000 musical instruments and associated objects include examples from nearly 200 countries and territories, representing every inhabited continent. Some larger countries, such as the United States, Mexico, India, China, and Brazil, have multiple displays with subsections for different types of ethnic, folk, and tribal music. The contemporary building covers approximately 200,000 square feet with 2 floors of galleries. The museum was built at a cost of over $250 million. The exhibit for each country features a flat-screen, high-resolution video showing local musicians performing on native instruments. Visitors can listen to the performances through a wireless device with headphones that is activated automatically when an exhibit is being observed. A large number of musical artists have appeared at the Musical Instrument Museum, including Martha Reeves, Lyle Lovett, Wanda Jackson, Jordan Sparks, Ronnie Spector, Alton, Ramsey Lewis, and George Benson. The museum's collection is presented in geographical galleries that focus on the 5 major world regions. Here it contains ethnic, tribal, and folk music instruments or musical instruments from various parts of the world. The next awesome place in the area surrounding Phoenix, Arizona, that you may not have heard of is the Grand Canyon National Park. For driving directions to the Grand Canyon National Park, take Interstate 17 north to take Interstate 40 west to Williams, Arizona, and take Arizona Highway 64 north to the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is a well-known place. It is a steep-sided canyon carved by the Colorado River in northern Arizona, just south of the Utah border. The Grand Canyon is 277 miles long and up to 18 miles wide. Attains a depth of more than 6,000 feet from the rim. The canyon and the adjacent canyon rim are contained within the Grand Canyon National Park. Nearly 2 billion years of the Earth's geological history have been exposed as the Colorado River and its tributaries have cut their channels through layer after layer of sandstone, while the Colorado Plateau was being uplifted. Even though the Grand Canyon is not the deepest canyon in the world, the Grand Canyon is known for its visually overwhelming size and its intricate and colorful landscape. Geologically, it is significant because of the thick sequence of ancient rocks that are well preserved and exposed in the walls of the canyon. Another thing that a lot of people do is to walk along the rim, simply take in the views or watch the sunrise or sunset on either the Kaibab Trail or Bright Angel Trail. And these are the 6 amazing things to see near Phoenix, Arizona.